Mike.
Check.
Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. It's Kyle.
And Shannon.
And Kyle and Shannon. Same two people.
Nothing's changed.
We're at Shady Acres. Hey, we have thrown out some challenges. My dad threw out some challenges. My brother threw out some challenges. That's Grandpa Adler Farms and Adler Farms to help us grow our Facebook community. Of course, you know, running a social media content creation business is just that, running a business. Trying to build a homestead and tame this land, also a business in and of itself.
Yeah.
But all that being said, we hit the milestone, guys, all because of you. Can't tell you thank you enough. Also because of them. Thank them a lot. I believe Walker Farm fan.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to say. Thank
Thanks
you
to
all.
everybody. In lieu of that, we kind of thought, you know, some of you, when we posted our announcement that we were at the 1 year mark that we started this content creation on YouTube is where we first began. A lot of you don't know us still. A lot of you are so new that you're like, wait, okay, so you know Chad,
What's
you
your
know
story?
Grandpa, like who are you? So we decided we'll do another Q&A. We did one some time ago outside the camper at the KOA in the middle of the night. I tried to make food. It didn't work out.
So Kyle is not grilling today while we're doing a Q&A.
No.
That's just, it can't happen.
Yeah, well, I didn't really grill then either. I just burnt food.
Yes.
Yeah. First question of the day. Why haven't you ever left your big heavy camera on the tripod and left the tripod extended so that you get this nice counterbalance weight? What have I been doing?
You've been holding a shaky camera. That's
Look
what you've
at
been
it.
doing.
Look at yeah. That's exactly right. We've been doing this for a year, guys, and look, we're still learning. I think Gary and Cassie have one of these monopods with a little fun tripod thing. I get it now. And check this out. Did you know I just sat the tripod down on the ground?
It's not shaky.
You didn't know that until I told you. Except it's dark. How's that? Oh, there we are.
Is it lighter?
That's lighter. Look at that. And they don't even know. If I was holding the GoPro right now, you would see my arm, kind of like you see my arm. They don't know.
They don't even know.
Hey, what was
They'll
one of your
never know.
questions? Do you have a question? What's the question? Somebody have a question about something?
Yeah, we got questions.
We're goofy today, guys. Not the first time. Won't be the last time. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, is this
We're just
Facebook
gonna
or
jump
YouTube?
right into it.
Are we telling them who they are and are they Facebook or YouTube? Or do we, you guys don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Are we shaky? Ooh.
Are you done shaking?
Yeah. This is like an epiphany. You know,
Okay.
This is content creation at its finest.
Who of you were more on board for starting the channel, and if one had to be convinced, how did you do it? This person's been here since day one. Thank you.
What's your answer?
Probably me.
Yeah. I have watched so much YouTube in my life, and I have a lot of people that, you know, most of my YouTube was, I enjoyed watching creators and guys that, you know, knew how to do this and all these high-end cameras and things because I'm a tech junkie. But I was always
didn't
afraid.
watch YouTube.
Yeah. My very first video experience, a professional video experience, long story short, was at my previous work. They wanted to film me talking about one of the big IT systems that I'd played an integral part in, blah, blah, blah. I walk in, sit down, lights, camera, microphone, producer, director, editor, my boss, all that stuff, and I just freaked out. I couldn't remember anything about this IT system. They got mouses and keyboards, and I make sure their servers are good and never. So yeah, I've never watched the final product. So I wanted to do it from a content creation side, but I didn't have the ability to be on camera. So anyway, I locked myself in my house one day while Shannon was at work, and I think I shot for about 8 hours, and I just practiced, hands-free.
Hands-free.
Squinting. So I practiced. I wanted to be on YouTube. Chad was a huge motivation because I didn't want to be on YouTube, and he's like, you just got to be on YouTube. Kind of helped force our hand. We'll talk about that more later.
Let's just talk about it now.
Chad forced my hand a little bit. No, we saw Chad. I mean, man, he was just killing it.
We were at a family dinner. Whoa, didn't know your foot was there. Sorry.
I do have 2 of them down there. Sorry, goofy. We're excited today. We've been making a lot of progress, so we haven't been able to film, and we're just getting to it. So yeah, we were at a family dinner talking to Chad about it, and he was kind of explaining the analytics, the back end of it. There's so much more to it than just putting a video on YouTube. So much more. And so he kind of started teaching us and encouraging us and said, just do it. You know, I'll help you out.
And Kyle's mom was like, hey, I'm editing video.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I can edit video. If you can edit video, I can edit video. I'll learn.
Figured
You're capable.
If Grandpa and Grandma Adler Farms can do it, we could do it, right?
Sure, why not?
So yeah, Chad was nice enough. A lot of you are from this era, but basically before we posted our very first video, we already had 1,000 subs. That
Which blew our minds.
unheard
blew our
of.
minds.
That's not normal. Next question. Watch this. While she's trying to do that, I'm gonna get you a new vantage point with my new tricky, masterful way of moving. Oh.
That went to such a different place that it threw me off so much on our next question.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say I think you're worse than I am with tangents.
Wait, are you trying to say I'm ADD?
Or you talk a lot, or...
There's no or. I talk a lot. Even if you're not watching or if she's not here, I'm talking to me.
Okay, what did your life consist of before the land? What did you do for work? What do you do for fun, hobbies, stuff like that?
Ready to go.
Well, traveling. Traveling's a huge one for us. We really like to travel. It is very hard to do now.
Unless you guys want to watch us travel and we'll show you some travel videos, I don't know.
And we may have talked about this before, but we used to have a Harley. That was a lot of fun. That was like one of our funnest hobbies that we had.
Funnest?
That's not a word, guys.
I might be right.
Funnest is not a good, it's not a word.
It is when you're a motorcycle rider though. It was the most funnest thing we done did.
Hey, here's a fun fact that probably most of you won't even ask because you won't think to. I have my motorcycle license. I'm actually trained and I can ride a Harley just as much as Kyle can.
Well.
Okay, maybe not just as much, but I have the endorsement. I'm trained.
She went through the training, she did great, but yeah, riding, we had a 2018 Road Glide Special, thing was beautiful, red, blacked out, and we rode 2-up 90% of the time, so she was on the back, and it's a heavy bike, takes a little getting used to, but they're, man, just wonderful.
I really enjoy sitting on the back. That's what I realized is driving. I thought I wanted to be a driver so I could be up front and see everything. But what I really enjoy is just sitting on the back and looking around and not having to pay attention to all the other.
You get to see everything when you're the passenger.
I get to sightsee.
When you're the driver, you're watching every single intersection, squirrel, human, stoplight, stop sign, whether they're red or not. I mean, and I enjoyed that because it helped me get centered. Going back to our question.
Hobbies?
What do we used to do? You used to be...
That's not the question. Wait, what? What do you do for fun, hobbies like that? What did your life consist of before the land?
Read the question one more time.
What did your life consist of before the land? What did you do for work?
Reading was not one of them.
I skipped over that, didn't I? So sorry.
I just wanted you to see it yourself.
Kyle's right.
Whoa! All right, my day's complete.
What'd you do for work? What do you do for fun, hobbies, stuff like that?
Okay, short version.
I was a banker.
She was a
20
banker.
years.
20 years. I was in IT, got to the IT management level stuff. High stress, no fun. Dressed up all the time.
Both of us were high stress manager positions and it just
killing us.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally killing us. So now we chose to do this, which is killing us in a whole different way. I'm just kidding. But it is a lot of work.
We won't go there.
Okay, so wait. Hobbies. Pew-pews. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, and archery. Did I tell you? It's a new thing. Hey, fun side note. I've never had a compound bow, a crossbow, any of that. Never hunted, never shot an arrow. Besides with like those old kitty arrow bows and arrows you had, you know, that were just a single string. I got a recent obsession not too long ago, and I then bought a compound bow 4 days ago, and it turns out I'm not bad. So I'm looking to challenge some people. I know, I'm pretty sure old Cassie Walker, I think even Bo Moorhead, they have compound bows. And we're gonna see. We're gonna see who can hold up. We'll get to that in another video. You didn't ask that. I just want to tell you, I'm really excited about it. Look how short you are.
I'm on a hill.
Oh, let's trade sides then.
Look how short you look.
I do look pretty short.
Okay. This is two people's questions that I'm going to put together.
Ooh, can you do that? That's like creating your own question.
No, it's just a run-on question.
Oh, compilation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
What will be the next animal you get once you're at the land? And How many goats will you add to your family? I felt like it was fitting since we were right here by Goatville.
It's true.
I really want a fainting goat.
She's cruel.
It's not cruel, it's
I want 2.
funny.
I just don't want that lonely guy or girl to be by himself.
Aw.
No, Mario we left intact, and Luigi has been banded. So I would like to get a couple nannies once I kind of learn how you separate them when they're pregnant and how all that works. I know there's a little bit of learning I've still got to do, but if we happen to get fainting goats, or at least one fainting goat, then maybe I'll try to find something that kind of matches Mario's breed a little bit better. I don't know. Goats for sure. I think, is there a number? Do we have a magic number?
Well, I mean, I don't want a ton of goats.
I wouldn't mind, realistically, I mean, a ton of goats, that's a weight, so I don't want 2,000s of pounds. Yeah. I would mind 2 nannies with our 2 boys. Whichever one Mario takes a liking to, that's his girlfriend, and then we have our own goat kid. So that'd be
So
5
5?
total, which is what we're rocking.
That's funny because I was thinking, and I didn't say it because I was afraid to, but I was thinking I really don't want more than 5 goats.
Well, that's what we have at Grandpa Adler Farms right now.
Yeah, I know.
We got his 3, our 2.
So I don't want more than 5.
I'm telling them now, you're telling me that.
Yeah.
I feel like she's controlling me. I'm trying to tell you guys my feelings. We should have probably talked about this before we recorded it. So 5 goats. Next animal after that. You know, with winter coming up, it's hard to see too far past that just because we're going to have our own challenges. We're so close to buttoning up the project to get the camper over there.
Don't talk about the camper yet. That's a different question somebody asked.
Well, I'm just saying so that they have reference as to where we're at in animals.
Okay.
I don't know. What would be, if we just had to pick another animal, a working animal that I see, oh no, I know. Well, duh.
What?
Chickens.
Oh,
Chickens.
well, yeah.
I forget they're animals because they're weird.
Well, but I didn't think we'd do chickens till like spring of next year. Is that not right?
They gotta be spring chickens?
Yeah.
I don't know when we're gonna do it, but I want eggs. We need help with maintaining our ticks and insects next year because that was a huge battle if you've been here for a while. This year, huge battle. So we're gonna learn how to free range some chickens, and you know, I think we have some friends that are doing some processing. We may eventually go that route because right now, go buy chicken at the store.
Ooh, it's expensive.
Yeah. So, but at least for laying and kind of some critter control. Free range chickens.
Yeah.
So 5 goats.
We're not going to put a number on the chickens.
43 chickens.
We're going to put a number on the chickens.
Yeah. Are there any?
I was saying like not 43.
Oh. So while we're over here by Goatville, are there any other that pertain to Mario, Luigi, or the Goatville, or something way off base that I didn't expect?
Somebody did ask why we left Mario intact and Luigi not intact, but you pretty much covered that.
Yeah, well, and you don't want 2 bucks. So we'd like to breed, and that's why I want a couple nannies, and that's why Mario was left intact. And then Luigi, he's just, you know, he's a cute weirdo that gets his head stuck, climbs on everything to stay away from everyone. Luigi's special. If he shakes his head too hard, you hear some things rolling around. I don't know. I love him with all of my heart. He's cute as a button. But yeah, we're gonna see. Mario's a handsome
He's
little
really
rascal.
sweet.
He is super sweet.
Okay. Next question, how do you both stay fit? I'll take care of this one.
Just spin the camera around and show you, we've done a lot of this very manually. We were CrossFitters. I was an athlete growing up, but she was a runner. So we've always had active lifestyles, but guys, come out here and work when it's 104 degrees, come out here and work when it's 3 degrees, and move rocks and dirt and things, and yeah, a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember there was one question is, hey Kyle, what is that hat you're wearing? That's a great question, Bob. This is James River Archery hat. Down in Springfield, just an hour and some change away from here, there is an archery store. This was a great question, by the way. And I had never, ever shot a compound bow, but I got addicted to them, started learning about the cams, all the stuff, the draw length, everything, in a matter of like 2 days. That's what I do. I obsess. Oh, so you're curious what bow I bought? Hang on.
He's ridiculous. But he's ridiculously excited.
Bob, great question. This is the PSE Brute ATK. Don't know what ATK stands for, but I know if it were RTH, it'd be ready to hunt. This is ready to hunt, ready to shoot. Beautiful bow. I could tell you all about it. Yeah, but no, it's tuned to Kyle, and my new morning ritual now is to shoot some bows. Go over to Facebook and Instagram, and I'll show you. Those are my first shots of the day. They're not bad. I'm not bad at this. I don't know. But maybe this will help us become better homesteaders someday.
Maybe.
Or I could be Robin Hood. Done. Good question, Bob. Great bow.
Are you done showing off your bow?
I'm really excited. These guys were great, by the way. If you're in the area, go see them. They did a great job setting all this up, teaching me all that good stuff. Thanks for the free hat too, by the way. Look for Facebook link down below. What else? I'm trying to help them out. They're good people.
They are good people.
Thanks, guys.
Up close and personal.
Up close and personal. I'm ready for the next question. What is it?
Well, this is more of a...
Is this distracting? Does it hurt your eyes because I'm so close? Sorry, goofy. Shannon's goofy. What's the question, babe?
This one's actually not a question.
I thought you were gonna give me 5.
No, this is a hand that I've got to list around.
Oh,
I don't want that. Look at your hand.
I live dirty out here. It's dusty, dirty.
It's duddy.
Dirty, spicy. Shut up. What's the question?
This wasn't a question. Stop saying that.
Stop saying that. It's not a question. I knew that. What's the statement?
So, this area, remember when we first started coming out here? So we looked at this property for 8 months before we actually bought it.
Yep.
And we came out every single month so that we could see each of the different months and how it looked different, blah, blah, blah.
Seasons.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So this spot right here, once we decided that we were going to buy it and we started getting in contact with the seller, we started coming out here on the weekends and doing a little bit of just preliminary work, and then we'd sit down afterwards and have a fire and just chill and relax. And remember whenever we got caught?
We had his permission to do a little bit of the cleanup because it was so overgrown you couldn't get up the driveway, nor could you see into the buildings. What we didn't, over-inform on was the fact that we were going to clean up and then burn some of the brush that we collected.
And hang out and have a
watch
little
some
bonfire.
football and have a bonfire.
But,
All right,
okay.
Next question. Let's do a shotgun one, a quick one. What is it?
Some people are asking some really weird questions. They want to know what our middle names are.
Edmund.
Ursula.
Easy.
Next. Okay.
Okay.
Once you get Hercules acclimated to your farm, will he have free range or will you limit where he can go?
We're up in the air on that.
We have to see how well his training turns out.
Yeah. Our hypothesis right now, of course, is we're going to pen train him, make him the dominant animal in the pen, introduce the goats. But yeah, he's been out at Grandpa Adler Farms, so we will kind of do that, and depending on how well he sticks around. A lot of factors. So
we'll see. To be continued on that one.
To be continued. Good question. Great question. We talk about that actually quite often.
Yes.
So the answer to that one is
It sure doesn't seem like a year already. Does it for you guys?
Whew.
This has been a wild year. A very wild year. Like, we completely uprooted our lives.
Yeah. It's been a very full roller coaster of a year. You guys see,
Snippets.
Small percentage. But yes, there has been just insurmountable amount of adaptation, change, and we are just like other humans. Change is not easy. And so yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think Kyle has a few extra gray hairs down here because of all of this.
What is she doing? These came from the corporate job.
I think you have more than you had when you had your corporate job.
It's because I'm a year older. Wiser.
Handsomely.
Oh, that was sweet. So the answer, you know, honestly, it felt like a long year. You know, the older you get, it feels like time flies by and everything. And it did fly by. Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been a year ago that we started this journey on YouTube. And of course, around July, we really started hitting the Facebook side of things. But we've had to learn so many new things, and we've gone through so much, and the camper and the selling of the house, and, you know,
temporary housing.
And having, it's been a great, long, challenging year.
It doesn't seem like a year to me.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
I can't answer. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been insane. Well, here's the truth. Whenever we had our corporate jobs and we bought the land, I think it took us a month and a half to get one little area of the land clear. Now, it was bad. It was real tall. We did it by hand. It was really, really bad. But my point is, it wasn't until we left our jobs, came to do this full time, that now we're able to come out here and just push. Most people, the two of them, would not have this much done in a year. And don't pressure yourself to do so unless you have the ability to spend full time doing it. Because burnout is a real thing. Mm-hmm. Exhaustion, aggravation, those things are real, and we deal with that stuff off camera as well. So
we do get along really well and work great together. However, there's a lot behind the scenes you don't see.
Yeah, we're humans, guys. We're humans. But yeah, we do it as a team. We've removed so many distractions from our lives to focus on this and really kind of plan each and every step as we go along, because it's just night and day different when you remove that corporate structure you've been a part of for 20 years of our lives plus. So yeah, good year.
Next question is there anything you would do differently?
Oh goodness, this is gonna be a 4-hour long video. Honestly, absolutely not. Not one bit. None of it. You know why? Because we didn't know any better. As we were doing it,
it was all learning process.
It was all learning. Everything was net new. So let me ask you this. Your entire life, if you go back, would you have done anything differently? What's the answer? Yeah, you'd have done everything right the first time, and then you wouldn't have had to learn the hard way. So yeah, looking back, absolutely would have done a lot of things differently. And if you want to know what most of those things are, go back and watch all of our videos, because there's typically at least 1 or 2 videos where we do it very incorrectly, and we learn the hard way.
Hence why I had to dig a trench for the septic.
Oh yeah, we did.
Move it.
We're redoing that one. So yeah, you know, if we had it to do all over again, just like anything else in life, in retrospect, you would have done it better the first time.
But you don't learn that way, so I wouldn't do it differently.
Yeah. Basically, the way I look at questions like that are moving forward. You know, if we move to a new chapter in our life, if we look for a different piece of property, if we move to a different major project on the land, you know, those are where you look back and think, well, if I could have done it differently here, how can we address that now and make better decisions in the future? So yeah, I hope everybody in their life, looking back, there were some things you would do differently. We have those very same things here. Man, this was one of our very first projects. The funny thing is, again, I think there were 4 videos. Oh man, looking back, that's funny. It took us a while to figure out a definitive home for our firewood station. Firewood station. So this wood right here, some of you know, and some of you counted for us. I remember when you mentioned it.
I'm gonna jump to the case. Kyle's talking about how many times I made him move this firewood.
How many times was it?
His fingers are correct.
And then a tree fell on it, knocked all of it out, and we had to restack it up in here. But look at that. We got some good seasoned firewood, and I got plenty more over there. But that was one of our projects that took a few videos, because that wood was up at the front of the property. It was over here by that oak I showed you a moment ago. We cleared all this out. Then we brought in base rock and said, this is where you're gonna be.
Yeah, I'm a little bit indecisive.
Would you do anything differently, she says? Full circle.
That was full circle. I get it now.
Oh, speaking
All right.
back to that though, by the way, we would have addressed the barn differently.
Yes.
The barn.
Yes.
Not going to go into detail. But if
How
you've
many
been,
takes did it take to take that down?
Well, and
Was
even,
that really a good idea?
Right, right. What was the harm in leaving it here, you know, and really kind of evaluating what we could have, should have done with it. The house,
The house had to go.
That was a mold infestation. It was not structurally sound. The chicken coop.
Oh, that was awful. The chicken
was
coop was
bad.
really, really bad.
But the barn,
It didn't have to go.
I miss it a little bit. But
Lesson learned.
no regrets.
Which is why, as so many people have asked, why have we not torn down that well house yet? It's because it's built way better than we expected it to be. So
Yeah.
that's a winter project for us. We're going to tear it down from the outside and work our way in.
And hopefully just replace what it, like,
And yeah,
kind of, you know, remodel.
revamp it a little.
What do they call that when you, like when they take old houses and renovate? We're gonna try to renovate that well house. And when we fail miserably, we're gonna tear the whole thing down and rebuild it.
But we're going to do it in the winter when there aren't as many bugs.
Wasps. I don't care about bugs.
Speaking
Wasps.
of wasps, let's think about how many times we have ran from wasps.
I don't want to talk about it.
The Adirondack chairs.
Boop,
You left me.
boop. You,
You
We don't-
left me
no.
to die by
Oh,
wasps.
man. This is where it comes in handy to not have all the screws. There's a wasp, man, you son of a gun. Dadgummit, man.
Wasp spray. It's somewhere.
Is he on me?
No? He knew we were vulnerable.
We're ready today.
He took his shot while we were both
We both had our
down
hands
here.
full. And Shannon was the trooper that stayed in place.
The time that, remember when we had to run from where the propane tank is?
Yep.
I mean, they were literally chasing us.
He's not happy.
That's really close to my face.
I know. Well, he's still on us. Man, this is what we do when we get attacked by wasps. We just run until he leaves us. He's chasing us out. We're apparently in his zone. I just have to stay ahead of Shannon. He's following, no joke.
Thanks for leaving me behind, babe.
Come on, babe.
Oh, he just buzzed my head.
Dude, I
He is
swear.
totally following you.
Literal
Oh my gosh.
goosebumps. Okay. That wasp was legitimately out to get us. He's one of them red ones. They're angry.
He truly was like following us and trying to attack us.
I'm not.
That's no joke.
I'm not just crazy, man. You act like I don't literally remember every single time. Like the one that landed on your arm and I freaked out for you and swung at it and knocked my phone and everything out of your
Yes.
hand and broke our brand new microphone we had gotten. Yeah, I remember every wasp I've ever run from. I remember when it comes inside my truck and I'm at the battery shop and I'm halfway out of my parking space and I jump out and open all my doors, roll down all my windows and scream like a girl and run around my truck until he leaves. It happens. That's what I do. I'm not ashamed of it because I can't help it. I don't know. And I'm not
That
going to
is
go...
real life happening for
Yep.
us, you guys.
I'm not going to go see somebody about it. I don't care.
I can just tell you, it's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
Never a dull moment.
Another shotgun one. You got a quick one?
I have a couple of shotgun questions, actually.
Bring it.
People are very intrigued by your bracelets and have asked so many times, what are the bracelets that you wear?
The short and skinny is I feel naked without bracelets on my arms. If I didn't wear a watch, I would have bracelets over here too.
So is it a specific type of bracelet or is it just that you need something on your wrist?
I mean, I'm very picky, very selective. I'm not just gonna wear any. These stand for be positive. I like to be positive, optimistic, and so, you know, a lot of Instagram companies out there that sell bracelets, and these are just kind of one of those things you're like, hey, you know what, why look at life negatively? That doesn't do anything. But as far as I know, the oldest picture we found was, I think it was either 5th grade or 6th grade. It was a student council photo, and I had bracelets, just little like nylon, no, what's that, paracord. I had like paracord, which is basically what this is, a couple pieces of paracord. And I played basketball from the time I was big enough to till I graduated. And even if we played in district or conference games or any postseason games, you couldn't have bracelets on because you could get a finger stuck in it and break them.
That's why?
Yeah, somebody
I didn't
else
know
could.
that's why.
Yeah, fingernails, So I would tape it because I wasn't taking it off. They
Okay.
don't come off. I sleep in them, shower in them, everything. So
There you have it.
I don't know. It's a thing. I'm a fidgeter maybe.
What's the brand of these be positive ones because I know I'm gonna get plenty of questions in the comments. Got them.
These are Rastaclat. I don't know if that's exactly how you say it, but it's Rastaclat, all one word. Maybe Rastaclat. It's just kind of a be positive. That's kind of their mantra. And I could tell you a few other brands that I'm interested in looking at because this one just broke and it's time for a new one and I'm stressing over it. So
Kyle will be getting new bracelets soon.
yeah, this black one I know has been on here for at least 6-7 years. 8 maybe, 7.
Okay, well, I thought that was gonna be a short, quick question. No.
No. I'm complicated. I'm a complicated person. Why you wear bracelets, man? Because I'm complicated.
That's true.
These are my tattoos. I don't have tattoos. These are my tattoos that I can take off when I'm ready for a different color or a different style.
When you change your mind on it.
Exactly. Too indecisive for real tattoos.
Okay. How come Herc isn't in the picture?
The one
The one that I
anniversary?
posted for put your Q&A here. Here's the deal.
Let me answer that question with a question. How do you get a 5-month-old dinosaur to hold still for a family photo with his sister who he thinks it is his job to herd her around and move her? You answer that and I'll tell you why Herc wasn't in the picture. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I was going to say he's a slimy mess and we were trying to take that very quickly.
Yeah.
And nothing gets done quickly with Herc.
Yeah.
So.
We were still clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get pictures with Herc, but it'll most likely be in a dirt pile covered in his slobber rolling around and he'll be belly up letting us scratch his thighs.
So gross.
Yeah.
He's so gross.
Yeah,
but he's so cute. I love him so much.
I love him to pieces, but holding still is not an option for that guy. He sits down and immediately stands back up. I was like, what was that?
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
How old is Nala? Nala is 9.
Nala's 9
She's
years
getting up
old.
there in age a little bit.
But she is in the best shape she has been in since she was a pup. She lived the lethargic life at home when we had our house, and we'd take her on walks and stuff, but that is totally different than going out and being on Team Zoomy with Smokey and Herc. She loves to chase the goats up and down the fence.
Oh man, that's her favorite thing.
She runs around with Hercules now. I mean, she is in the best shape she's ever been in, and she's living her best life. She'll jump up and down and out of the car, and
she's doing great.
But she's 9. She's our princess. She's spoiled rotten.
Okay, this is a comment from our last video. I noticed the Zazzle comment today, wondering if you are Big Bang watchers. Yes.
That is some of our happy TV. We don't watch much TV, but
it's like our going to sleep TV.
Yeah, there's some reruns: Home Improvement, Big Bang Theory, Friends.
Ooh, I got a good one. Okay. Ready for the next one?
Ready.
Speaking of that, this has nothing to do with this next question, but you hear Kyle make a lot of sounds. Ready? We do mic checks.
Mic.
I'm doing a mic check.
Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. The mic check going.
Mic check. Mic check. Okay, this is a mic check. Mic check.
Mic check. I got a mic check going.
This is a mic test.
Mic test. This is a mic test. Can I get a mic test?
Mic test.
Testing audio.
Audio test.
Testing audio. Testing again. Test.
Let's do a mic test again.
I am mic'd up. Can you hear me now? Can I get a what? It ain't quite Wednesday yet. Mic. Mic check.
Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. It doesn't matter how many times you do a mic check, you still have problems with the microphones. But just as an example of some of the mic checks we go through, I couldn't even tell you how much footage of mic checks.
A lot. Don't tell Chad. That is why Chad over at Adler Farms, he doesn't want to mess with mics. And there's pros and cons to them.
There are.
They can fail on you.
And they have failed on us.
And they have failed on
multiple
us.
times.
And we have lost footage, and it has caused us to miss, and have to reshoot. But, windy days, if I need to walk over there, or if I need to look over here, if a squirrel, which happens to me, the microphone goes with me, so you guys can hear it no matter where we are.
My point is, a lot of mic checks happen, and they're pretty entertaining.
Mic check.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the question.
Oh yeah, what's the question?
What has been your biggest and most favorite thing you have done since you left your old lives and started this new journey? Anything you would have not done or did during your transition of your lives. So that's a very loaded question. Actually, it's 2 questions. So I'm gonna go back to the first part. So one thing that I love is that we've had a place to kind of come out and escape to. Like when you're not filming and you actually just get to do whatever you want and do some cleanup and not worried about a video or anything like that, we like to have a good time. So burn fires. Remember the day whenever you first got your camera and you were learning all the settings?
Oh yeah. So we're gonna test the mouth. See my mouth moving with the audio in 24 frames per second. We wanna test some motion blur. Shannon's gonna not do the robot for me. Oh, she's doing the robot.
I'm not very good at it. I don't know how.
I don't know, well, you can do the arm thing, right?
No, I think I have to have control.
No, you have to pretend that there's just a hinge, there's just nothing there. Hey, that's pretty good. We should have a perfect motion blur test. I love it. Yeah, that footage did not make it because there was, I don't know, man, we had a fire going. I think, did we take the afternoon off or we took a work day off?
I think we took a work day off.
Just kind of a mental health day.
Yeah.
And we came out here, we were dancing around the fire, listening to some of our favorite music.
Shannon was learning how to do the robot.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Yeah, no, there's a lot of outdoor activities that, you know, we were going to buy this land whether or not we did a YouTube channel. We've looked and hunted for land for a very, very long time. And of course, with all the things, I don't even need to go into them, but all the things in the world that are going on and the things we've gone through over the last 2 years, plus we wanted our own escape. And if we needed to learn how to be a little self-sufficient, if I needed to learn how to hunt and feed us or do whatever, that was our plan regardless of the YouTube channel. It just so happens that we were able and fortunate enough to jump into this, and we hope that there are either some people that just, you know, a lot of you just enjoy watching us do this, or you did this when you were younger, or are
bringing
aspiring.
back memories because you can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
You're definitely not learning from us.
So we're hopeful that we can help motivate, and we want to try to give a realistic picture of what it looks like and what the time frame looks like to accomplish this with a piece of raw land that had been untouched. Well, didn't work. We found septic, thank the Lord. Had power on it, and you know, all those factors and things.
I call that modern homesteading.
It is.
Because it's not completely off grid.
I mean, I want to add off-grid redundancies as time goes. I want to learn more about solar. I want to learn more about you know, renewable sources and things, but still got to use, like you said, to have made this kind of progress. Yeah, we had to be modern.
What has been your biggest and most favorite thing you've done since you left your old lives and started this new journey?
Heavy equipment. Hands down. As far as, yeah, I had been around it my whole life. I'd seen it done, blah, blah, blah. I had never driven a skid steer or an excavator or multiple skid steers and excavators, and I want to continue trying other pieces of equipment. I think I just found my new favorite thing on the planet. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that so much. Holy cow. I felt kind of guilty. I was like, I need to let him get back in here. No, I got to keep going a little bit. It kind of equates to when we had the motorcycle. You know, I could go ride the motorcycle, and all I could think about was hers and my safety, and you know, smart decisions out there on the road. When you're in that heavy equipment and you're that destructive, and you could flip it and things. Same story. I enjoy it, and to be able to, you know, re-architect land a little bit, it's a blast. A blast.
I appreciate that he's learning how to do all these things so he can do it for us.
Okay.
I do.
Anytime, anytime.
Okay, we're gonna get into a couple of serious questions here.
Did you say serious questions?
I did say serious questions. Why would people ask serious questions?
We're...
But these are things we need to be thinking about.
Oh.
So they're just trying to help us prepare, plan, prep, you know.
So they're things that we don't think about normally.
Let me just ask you the question.
Okay, what do you got?
With winter coming fast, will you be able to move into the camper before it snows? What obstacles do you face before you can start living in the camper? And a lot of you also asked if we get snow here. Yes, we do.
We do. It's not a guarantee. We do have winters where we don't have snow. We don't have many winters where we don't at least have some ice at some point.
That's true.
Okay, I'm gonna do this as short and skinny as possible because I know so many of you already know this, and if you've been with us this whole time, you would know. High level, what do we need to do to get in the camper and get it out here? We've got to finish the power out so that we have our 50 amp service for the camper. Get our septic moved just a little bit so that we have our septic full-time for the camper. and I've got to finish out the water system in the well house. We pretty much have everything connected. It's just the end points and terminal points, which are way outside of my normal scope of what I know how to do. So I have hit a personal roadblock, not only intellectually, but also just, churning through it to determine,
what do you do next?
What do you do next? Yeah, do I get on YouTube and learn how to hook up a 50 amp service across a 2-gauge wire, blah, blah, blah.
Or do we start calling people who know what they're doing?
Yeah. So that's kind of the big hurdle. I do like knowing everything about this, and we have so far. We literally know everything about what we've done out here. I would like to feel the same way, at least me. I'd like to feel the same way about the rest of this system. So that would get the camper in its final destination out here and allow us to live here full time. As far as winterization, we only had maybe a week's worth of winter weather when we first moved into this.
Yeah.
And the only thing we ran into was running out of propane.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. We did score that huge propane tank over there that I need to have inspected, see if we can fill that up and then plumb it up to the camper. That would last us most likely all winter long, as well as additional heating sources. And from you guys and a lot of other YouTubers that we watch and people we've researched about, we want to try to skirt the camper. So we hear that bales of hay or straw are good for that. Maybe putting up some metal sheeting around it, just kind of block that wind. We don't typically have like just 2, 3, 4 weeks of straight negative numbers or whatever, but it has happened. And here in this part, we're right in the middle of the country, it can swing as crazily as you think it may, and then we could have winters.
It could go from 20 degrees one day and snowing to 70 degrees the next day.
Absolutely.
It's the weirdest thing.
Absolutely. But we do sometimes get those long runs of, week or 2 weeks or sometimes even
Cold
a whole
weather.
month of where we barely get into double digits for more than an hour in a day. So we do want to be prepared for that. We have a lot of warm gear that we acquired last year because we had no source of refuge when we were out here working. So we have ways to stay warm, but obviously and definitely we need to make sure we've got other methods.
And we've looked at heated hoses, things like that, to keep our pipes from freezing, that kind of thing. So
yeah,
when it comes down to it, honestly, we'll probably figure it out when it happens.
Yeah, you get to be a part of it.
I want to be prepared as much as possible.
Yeah.
But you don't know what you don't know. So we don't know what we're going to run into until it happens.
And you guys share a lot with us, and there's a lot of things we can do, but just like anybody else on the planet, financial resources are not,
They're not unlimited.
It doesn't just rain money here, so I can't invest everything we have to completely winterize it, and then we not have a winter that required that much of an investment. So a little bit. It's going to be the learning process. We feel like we are hardy enough. You can always put on more layers in the cold. You can always build a fire. You can go sit in the truck and turn on the heated seats and waste fuel and at least get warm to come up with a plan to fix it all. Otherwise, we build like our own little, sauna type building with a fire pit right in the middle of it, and we just go cuddle up in there if we have to. Might do that anyway. Now you're thinking about it. New project, because that's what we need. Yeah, no, so it is going to be a matter of keeping us warm, but equally as importantly so, of course, we're going to have the animals, and we want to make sure that we're tending to them just as much through that kind of weather as we are for ourselves. And we can make conscientious decisions to go get in a vehicle and drive somewhere with heat, whereas, we need to provide for them. They're our dependents.
Okay. Let's close this out on a fun question.
Oh, happy days.
I don't even know what to say to you when you do this.
Is that Sister Act? What is that from?
I have no idea.
Big Mama's House, maybe?
Oh, I'm sure it's been used in several movies.
I don't know.
Okay, what have been some of the things that you have enjoyed doing the most out at Shady Acres?
Skid steer, excavator, mowing. Can we say trailing? They haven't been on our trails yet.
They haven't, but you can say it.
We have some trails.
Four-wheeling.
Yeah, four-wheeling. Got some trails. I enjoy splitting wood. Chainsaw. I enjoy running a chainsaw. I enjoy fire. Those are favorite things. Things that I don't know if I can say or not, but...
Think back to this winter, whenever it snowed, and we were able to take some slow-mo shots, playing in the snow. That was a lot of fun.
Man, if you guys stuck through this long, we
Kudos.
appreciate you. Yeah, thank you so much. And I hope you're still awake. And if you're not, just let all the ads play. That's how it works.
Kyle.
It's a thing. They gotta know, you know, we gotta work together on this.
We're working together on this.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you're here from Facebook and you've newly followed us from a request from somebody else or whoever, whatever, I hope this gave you a little more insight into who we are and where we came from. If you're new here from YouTube, same, and welcome to all of you. Those of you that have been here with us and you remember our very first video all the way to today,
You guys rock.
you rock. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy to have more of you now building this bigger community that's going to come through this journey with us. You've taught us so much. You encourage us. So many wonderful words of wisdom.
Thank
and
you
sometimes
so much for
criticism,
all the
but
kind words.
just love it. Yeah, you guys are awesome. I never imagined. Until our next Q&A, I guess we got to get back to the work and show them that stuff, don't we?
Yep. We got to get back to doing the work.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Tip of the tongue, lips, and the teeth. Mike. Okay.
Mike. I love the snow. Snow. Check in the shade.
A mic check in the shade. Doobie doo.
This is a mic test.
Mic test. Audio test.
Audio.